from eatlifebalance.com. It's been a really long time since I've posted a favorites video. I'm not too sure why that is. Because they're actually really, really popular. But I thought, since we're sort of in the middle of July, end of July, I would do one for some of the things that I've been loving, I guess this spring and summer, some things that I've loved for a really long time. So I just want to let you know that, of course, a lot of these products I do get sent to me. A lot of them I don't. And I just want to be upfront about that. And part of the reason why I share it with you is that of course, it's kind of part of my thing. I love to share things, good things with the people that spend the time following me. And I just want to make it known that I really only promote things that I really and truly love and use myself, and that's all it is. And I've got a commitment to make sure that that's what I speak out to with you. If you go to my product review page, you will see I have pretty high standards as to what I am looking for when I'm promoting things. So it's just super critical for me that the products that I'm using are mostly plant-based, natural skincare, for example, that are chemical free, and there's a long list of chemicals that I'm looking for. If they're, of course, products that are native to BC and Canada, of course, I love that, but that's not always the case. So really, I do try and make sure that they're wholesome and quality products. So with that said, let's get started on one of the things that I use probably every single day for my breakfast smoothie. I'm a big smoothie fan, of course, I'm sure you know that, but it's the quickest thing in the morning. It's also, depending on what you're making, it can be, easier to digest on the system, in the stomach, and that's always a good thing, right thing in the morning. So one of my favorite, if not my favorite, this is probably my favorite, is the Genuine Health Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus. I've been using this probably for a well over a year. High in protein, easily digestible, all plant-based. The fact that it's fermented is amazing. Makes it, the fact that it's got natural probiotics in it, but of course. So I will, of course, leave the links of everything below so you know where to find it, but this is like the best protein powder that I have come across yet. It tastes really, really good, naturally sweetened with stevia, non-GMO, gluten-free, and 100% vegan. It's awesome stuff. Next to that, you're going to be a little bit thrown off at this one, but the next favorite thing is salt, actually. Grey sea salt. Not necessarily this brand, although this is the brand I always use, but I use grey sea salt in almost everything, even my smoothies, believe it or not. And the reason why is we actually do need salt within our diet. However, a lot of people choose to use, things like table salt, iodized salt, which impart actually no nutritional benefits at all. But mineral salt, like Himalayan sea salt or grey sea salt, has got a lot of minerals in it and a lot of nutrients that are really beneficial. Well, of course, we need salt in our diet generally for our body, but the minerals actually in this really support the thyroid. And in another video coming up soon, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my recent health issues that are sort of on the up and up, thankfully. But part of it is because I use grey sea salt in a lot of things. And you will see a post, which I will link somewhere for you, on my homemade electrolyte drink that I use after I work out and even just drink throughout the day. It actually helps to sustain my energy, but of course it keeps me full. I'm not reaching for sugar so much, that sort of thing. So I'll share that in another video, but get your hands on some grey sea salt. A little pinch in water with some lemon is delicious. Next on my list, also a beverage, yerba mate. This is organic yerba mate, actually from Trader Joe's. You can get yerba mate anywhere, but Trader Joe's brand is what I picked up. And yerba mate is, well, it's a herb, and it is naturally energizing, but it's not something that's really going to spike your energy levels like caffeine does, and then you'll have that drop sometimes in energy as a result of the high spike. And so I will often drink this in the afternoon. Now, because it's summer and I want maybe something a little bit cooler, I'll actually drink this room temperature, not so much on ice, but you could ice this up. I will add, make a pot of this and mix it with this black cherry berry tea, herbal tea from Celestial Seasonings, which I'm sure you've seen this brand in your grocery stores. But this is a herbal, and it's got hibiscus, rose hips, roasted chicory, blackberry leaves, and chamomile and cherries. So really, really tasty if you pair these two babies up. And what I do to sweeten it up is add a small handful of goji berries. And then they impart their flavor into the water, as well as, of course, they plump up. And so then when you're done your drink, you get to eat the goji berries. It's kind of tasty. Let's talk a little bit about skincare. So important to be mindful of what you are putting on your skin. Your skin is your body's largest organ. We often don't think of the skin as an organ, but it is. And it will suck up everything that you put on it. So you have to be careful, right? We often think about the food that we're putting into our body, and we're conscious of that. But we don't often think about what we're putting on our face and on our body. So a few years ago, I made some radical changes in my health, and one of them was the skin care. So I want to introduce you to two brands, one that I've been using for probably a year now, and one that I was just recently introduced. So let's talk about the new brand, which is from Dr. Roebuck's. And I'll show you what it looks like if you see it in the store. This is actually from Australia, but it is available here in Canada. Again, I'll link everything below. And I love it because, of course, it's safe skincare, very effective skincare. I have a few of their products, but I specifically love their face cream. It's really hydrating. Doesn't have that greasy feel, of course, sometimes when you put something very hydrating on it. Keep in mind, I also do have older skin. I'm not in my 20s, not even in my early 30s. So hydration is very, very important to me. They also have this skin polish. This is a 2-in-1 facial scrub and mask. So you can scrub it on and then leave it on as a mask. So you can, of course, absorb all the goodness in that. What I like about it is that the beads in there are not toxic, right? You've heard a lot about the microbeads that are, of course, destroying the water's ecosystem, and this thankfully is not going to do that. But it's a really, really good gentle scrub, something that you can do a few times in the morning. The next brand is one of my favorite Canadian brands called Sahagin. And I did a video with the founder of Sahagin, I don't know, almost a year ago, I would imagine. So I'll link you to that above. And the reason why you'd want to watch that video is because this is one of the very, very few Ayurvedic skincare lines that you will find, not to mention that it's Canadian. I always like that. But they are wholesome, pure ingredients. And I'm telling you, it smells amazing. Every single product that I have, you just want to eat it up. It just smells so good. And so a few of my favorites, I mean, I like all of them, but my favorite is the Ritual body oil. I still have some that I only use on special occasions because it's just like a decadent, delicious oil. You could slather from head to toe. The other one is I love the Nurture hair oil. And I use this in two ways, actually. Of course, on my hair, on the end. So when I wash my hair, when it's still wet, I will put a few on the ends and then blow dry it. And then I actually put a drop in my foundation. And so it gives a little bit of that glow. And so really what is in the hair care line is safe and effective even for your skin. Really, really great stuff. Love it, love it, love it. So let's talk about the things that are sort of good for the soul. I'm an essential oil lover. I'm sure you all know that. I've been using essential oils for years when I was dealing with high bouts of anxiety, and I didn't want to resort to medications. So I lean towards essential oils. Not that that necessarily gets rid of them, but it does help to manage it. And I just can't say enough about using essential oils. And I'll link you to the company that I use so you can give it a go. But let's talk about diffusers. So aromatherapy, if you want to call it, oftentimes one of the best ways to use essential oils is through diffusing. So I have this beautiful diffuser from Organic Aromas, and I actually just gave away one on my website. This is their teardrop diffuser. It's usually plugged in. But the reason why I love this diffuser, not to mention that it's really, really pretty, is that it doesn't use any plastic ingredients, which a lot of diffusers do. And in this case, it's all glass and metal. The other thing about it is that it's on a timer. So it's, I'm not too sure, I think it's maybe a 10 seconds. So it goes on for 10 seconds and it stops. So it's actually very energy efficient versus a diffuser. And I have a lot, I think there's one in the corner there, that can go on for hours. This one, is very systematic that way. And it actually uses no water. It's waterless. So you're only putting in a few drops of essential oils, uses fine micro droplets into the air. And it's really, really impactful, actually. In fact, more impactful than a traditional diffuser that would use water. So really, really amazing essential oil diffuser. One of the best, I think, that I've come across, in my opinion. And so Organic Aromas, check them out. Again, I'll link everything below. The next one I've talked about, no, I don't think I've talked about on a video before, but I've posted quite a lot. Probably every Sunday you'll see me post one of these on my Instagram page. And it is the Truth Deck Balm. You can see. Deck. Truth Balm Deck. And when you go inside, there's a stack full of these cards. So you can just, you can do sort of a tarot card thing. You just, pull one, that sort of thing, and find a card that really calls to you. But I pick one every week, and it's sort of like my guide for the rest of the week. So what I will do is I will just sit on a Sunday evening before I go to bed or before I get ready for bed, and I think about really sort of what's been worrying me or what I want to focus on in the week. It could be anything, and sometimes it's really, there's not much going on. I just pick something that I'm really called to or that speaks to me and that sort of thing. And then what I do is actually post it on my bathroom mirror, so I see it every single morning, and so it constantly reminds me. So this one, for example, says make space for your future. So to me that reads like, what are you doing? If you have a vision of a certain future, what space are you creating to, have that future, roll out the way that you want it to? And so I had this up a few weeks ago. So for me, it was, just making sure that I spent enough time doing videos like these, or that I'm spending enough time, collaborating with other organizations and things like that. Or maybe it was just, hanging out with some people, that are, I guess, like-minded. This one's no makes way for yes. I love this one. I almost should pick this one myself. And this is really, to me, sometimes we have to, I was listening to a webinar this morning about, sometimes saying no makes you, and saying no and creating more time for yourself makes more room for you to be a better version of yourself, or the best version of yourself. And obviously down the line, you'll be able to say more yeses because you're in a much better space. I do a really good job. People tell me this. I do a really good job at saying no and never overcommitting. I learned that a few years ago. So anyways, enough about that. Truth Balm Deck. Love it, love it, love it. I'll link you below. This is from Danielle Laporte, who's one of my favorite authors. She's also Canadian and lives in Vancouver. She's super cool. Anyways, I think that's all I have, guys. So I hope you liked it. Bunch of my favorite great things, and there'll be more. Hopefully next month I'll be able to do the same thing. And make sure that you are subscribing to my YouTube channel, because I often post recipes and how to do videos, things like that. You definitely want to link on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, because I definitely do a lot of communication there. And if you're a Snapchatter, I'm on the Snapchat train, and that's a really, really good way for you to get a snapshot into my life. Even if it's only for a few seconds, but it's actually quite fun. You get me in some random places and things that I'm creating. So anyways, I thank you so much for allowing me to spend some time with you. Please leave some comments below. Let me know if there are some products that you like that you'd like me to try. I would love to do it. And until then, we'll see you soon.